About
Say
what?
hello, welcome.
Yeah,
You
like
know.
this. Hello and welcome.
That's pretty good. That sounded just like it.
Yeah, nice.
Hello and welcome is what they would say. Oh man, it's like, and also when we go live, for some reason I don't get recommended to myself.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know why that is. I don't know. So I wanted to ask you a question to start this El Podcasto.
Yeah, I was having audio issues for a second, but now we're good. What's up?
Let's go over which coach do you think in the NFL has the highest win percentage?
The active coach right now?
Yeah.
Tomlin?
You want to take some time?
I would say Tomlin.
No.
No?
Win percentage, not amount of wins.
No, I know. I assume there's some sort of minimum too. Some sort of minimum amount of games. But Andy Reid?
No. Andy Reid is a good guess, but no.
Yeah.
Too long a career.
Harbaugh? John?
No.
Jim?
Close, but no.
All right, I'm done guessing.
Nick Sirianni.
Oh, wow. What?
Nick Sirianni. All he does is win. All he does, he's not good with the media. He doesn't give great answers. Sometimes he seems a little off-putting, but all he does is win these football games.
Yeah.
And shout out to Simon Hunter. I heard him say this. I hadn't thought about it, but, John Madden, nobody liked him the first 3 years either. He was off-putting, but then all he did was win, and people had to start recognizing eventually.
Yeah.
So my question for you is, could you see Nick Sirianni being held up in high regard like John Madden?
Well, not yet, obviously. That's a very high bar to clear. But
he's 61. He's 61 and 25.
Yeah, that's really good. That's very, very good.
Yeah. Jim Harbaugh is 67 and 32 and has played 24 more games.
Okay. Yeah, no, I wouldn't have guessed Sirianni. Probably I would have if you gave me 3 more guesses. I just kind of forgot about him though, to be honest, and shame on me for that because he's obviously winning a lot of games.
Shout out to Mike McDonald also with the Seahawks. Very small sample, but he is 17 and 9, and that puts him 4th on the list.
Yeah, they got a big game this weekend.
Yeah, he did. Will he have a big game in this weekend? Andy Reid is behind Mike McDonald as far as percentage goes.
Okay.
Do you want to talk about who has the lowest win percentage?
Of active head coaches? Sure. I just don't have.
Are you worried?
No, I know McDaniel's like 500 at this point. I think he might be exactly 500.
He is higher up than... He's on the list, right? Oh, there he is. Mike McDaniel sits behind Dan Quinn and Kyle Shanahan and above Zach Taylor.
Okay.
We don't think Zach Taylor's very good, but they're both ahead of Todd Bolles. The last coach on the list is Brian Callahan, who's already been fired. We're not going to beat up on him.
Yeah.
Kellen Moore and Aaron Glenn tied at 0.2, both at 2 and 8 rookie head coaches. Yep. Small sample. A coach who's had 43 games to figure it out and is really low and not fired on this list because he is ahead of Brian Daboll, but he's been fired.
Yep.
Jonathan Gannon is 15 and 28. Ahead of him, Dave Canales at 10 and 17.
Yeah.
But again, that's a smaller sample. Gannon's been there a while.
Right. Canales just a couple years under his belt, but
I wonder if we're going to be talking about the Cardinals having the next head coaching vacancy. I don't know. I think Kyler Murray might be the scapegoat this time.
They're kind of a mess, aren't they?
What do you mean? You say that like you're just reckon they've been, we don't trust them. We haven't trusted
the quarterback. They're like, all right, let's lean into, Jacoby, and then he plays, the way he did. It's just like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, but then the next week, thank goodness we didn't fall for that bait. That was the bait. You noticed how everybody was talking about how good Jacoby Brissett was, and Trey McBride's getting so many touchdowns with Jacoby Brissett. He didn't get none with Kyler Murray. Man, right before they fall on their face and the public thinks they found a dog to bark.
Speaking of being right last week, remember how we closed the podcast with me saying the Dolphins are probably going to beat the Bills?
We talked about it during the podcast.
Just saying.
It was the spot. That's what we said. We were afraid to take it. We were cowards. But it was a Dolphin spot, and they had it. Will they still swim in Madrid, though?
We'll see.
Welcome to Whitt and Grit, where Ian and Sean break down sports betting, pop culture, or whatever's on their minds. The Whitt and Grit Podcast.
Welcome to Whitt and Grit, your go-to NFL, Formula One podcast. That's pretty much our two wheelhouses. We used to do a little bit more NBA. We still talk some NBA sometimes.
Right.
Here with my boy, Sean Duiser, live on YouTube and Facebook. And for our podcast people, if you like the audio, this will be up later when I can get it to process. Do haste. It'll be due haste. Easier just to tune in live on YouTube, though. Why wait on our dumb producer, Dan? Dan always takes forever.
Can never get it right, Dan.
Be easy on him. He has a family.
You brought it up.
Well, let's kick things off in Foxborough.
Yeah.
You'd love to talk this. Look, MVP chance for a Patriots quarterback in 2025. Drake Maye had that place shaken on Thursday night.
Yeah, and it wasn't even his best game. It's just the way he played. You know, the improv, the command, poise. Felt like a guy who isn't just learning. He's kind of, just doing what he wants to out there.
They were 4-13 the last two seasons.
Yeah.
Now 9 wins already. 8 straight?
Yep.
Maye is the engine of it all. Mike Vrabel deserves credit for stabilizing things, but you don't give out MVP awards to the coach.
No, not at all. Leading the AFC right now, and it's kind of a situation, as a Dolphins fan, that's annoying. Tom Brady leaves, and you're thinking, okay, cool. There's finally a vacancy. We can actually maybe make the playoffs here and there, and then obviously Josh Allen and Buffalo come up and do what they're doing, and then even if if you say that they're struggling a little bit right now, of course, New England's on the rise. So, it's just. Can't catch a break.
Yeah, and Drake Maye is exactly what people thought he would be, right? They're telling you that he is, he was the guy that was going to have to sit for a year, then you use him next year. They brought him out early. We have all the debates about the scared puppy thing.
Yeah.
And I think Josh McDaniels deserves a little bit of credit too, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
What is it about him in New England? It's like the only place he works.
Yeah, that's weird. Speaking of the Patriots, do you want to talk about that game? That's or they just rather.
Was it a game? Is that what you want to call it?
I guess it happened.
No. Fans. Trayvon Henderson is what we should talk about. How many touchdowns was that? 2 or 3?
Yeah, I think so. There, I can give you a number.
What did we say about rookie quarterbacks in our preseason podcast? We said second half of the season, RJ Harvey, Trayvon Henderson, any of these guys you grabbed as a rookie in a fantasy football redraft league, you better have somebody else to start for the first half of the season. Or you might be 3-7 and have accidentally left your backup tight end on the bench. I've been carrying a Patriots tight end all season just for this week, and I forgot to start him because I wasn't going to watch the Jets-Patriots game.
I don't know a lot of people that were.
The place I went to had an NBA game on, and I was like, look how good the Trailblazers are now that their coach is not gambling and doing mafia poker games behind their back and allegedly letting a player just quit when he was about to get his over. Imagine if the players just played regardless of their line.
Mm-hmm. It was 2 touchdowns for Henderson, by the way.
Well, from one young quarterback to another, let's go to Chicago. Caleb Williams is still learning, but he's got a cheat code, and the reports are it's Case Keenum. I mean, veteran mentor, do you think Case Keenum's the best one? I'm not sure.
Well, he didn't just show up. He was practically retired, coaching Little League, recovering from injuries, and Ben Johnson called him up, said, hey, you're sexy. It's maybe the greatest way to pull someone out of retirement ever.
Keenum wasn't just like, he believed in the vision, but he obviously probably flattered. He's not just like a quarterback 3, he's quarterback Yoda. Caleb calls him fun uncle. I don't know. It's not fluff. It's football impact. Williams went from being kind of lost on tape study last year. Now Johnson says he's absorbing game plans in 24 hours. That's the Case Keenum influence. I remember when he was a Broncos quarterback. Mm-hmm. Not fondly, but I do remember.
Yeah, helping both Caleb and the backup. Yeah, Tyson Bagent. It's not a mentor who's threatened. He's teaching. And when you remember Keenum has played with Goff, Allen, Mayfield, Stroud, he's seen every path a young quarterback can take.
I still remember Case Keenum coming in for the Texans. Just had one great.
Yeah,
it was one of my fond memories of him.
All right, let's move forward a bit. Everyone has, Drake May, Caleb Williams. If you're a team banking on the 2026 draft to find your guy, you're not really starting to feel excited right now.
Yeah, execs are already sounding the alarm. The early consensus, I don't love any of them. That's a direct quote from a front office source. I mean, Fernando Mendoza might be the top guy right now, and even his biggest fans are like, maybe.
Yeah, Ty Simpson's had a strong year, with Bama. He's not a tools monster. Dante Moore, still kind of raw. Norris Sellers is a great athlete, but way too inconsistent. Even Manning, Arch Manning is getting mentioned, but he's not ready.
It's a draft class of maybes, and that's dangerous if you're the Jets, Browns, Titans, teams that need a guy now. I mean, we had 6 quarterbacks go in the top 12 in 2024. This year, we might not get 2 in the first round. And we've seen that Geno Smith year,
Mm-hmm.
2017, is there any quarterback drafted in 2017 in the first round still starting?
Not that I can name off the top of my head. No, but something like that leads to some real ripple effects. Whether it seems overreaching or you're trading for vets again. Yeah, the May, Williams, Stroud, that group, they might have been the last elite wave for a little while.
Will Kyler Murray actually be available?
I don't know. I don't know if anyone would really. There's some teams that would want him.
There's definitely teams that want Kyler Murray. Yeah. Somebody, these coaches have such an ego. I can fix him.
Yep, that's true.
It's like women in their 20s. Speaking of young quarterbacks, let's talk Bryce Young. Your boy, you love him. But it's not going great in Carolina. As soon as we give the Panthers praise, they fall off a cliff. So I'm not going to say a nice thing about them again until they make a playoff.
Yep. Yeah.
5 touchdowns in 9 games. If you're not a math nerd, it's bad. Under 200 passing yards in 8 of them.
Yeah, and body language, says it all. He gave a fiery locker room speech last week, and that's great, but you can feel the cracks in the building. Guys are frustrated, coaches are tight-lipped, and now Bryce is kind of dodging questions.
They mortgaged a lot to get him. 2 firsts, 2 seconds, DJ Moore. It's a haul. So the pressure's not just about development. Like, the owner, David Tepper, is also not exactly Mr. Patience, but you went all in on Bryce Young. You gotta, Yeah,
he's still got 7 games left this season to flip the narrative, right? But 5 of those are against playoff teams. It's a brutal stretch. If he can't show flashes now, that noise is only going to get louder this offseason.
It's a harsh league, man. Year 3 will determine if he's still their guy or just a guy. Like, the Panthers could be a team we talk about getting Kyler Murray, right?
Yeah, potentially.
If taking on Kyler Murray's money is the biggest issue, and I saw like a hypothetical trade from somebody, it said like a third, a second, and a player, a vet or something.
Right.
I don't know if the Panthers would give up a ton, but if the Cardinals got desperate, putting Kyler Murray and Bryce Young in the same type of system that's like run first and make these throws, Maybe you're hoping maybe Kyler can do that better if he's willing to.
Right. Well, let's change the tone a little bit. We've got to spotlight a couple of guys making real impact off the field this week. You got Garett Bolles in Denver and Solomon Thomas in Dallas.
I used to hate Garett Bolles, but now I love him. And I'm biased, but let me start with Bolles. His son Kingston was diagnosed with childhood apraxia of speech, and now Garrett's partnered with a speech pathologist, a Chiefs fan no less. All right, I don't like him anymore. I'm just kidding. Call it off. To open a center for helping other families.
Yeah, funding the whole thing, showing up weekly. It's not just a name on a building. He's turning his son's struggle into a platform to help others. And on the field, not a single sack allowed this year. So the dude's locked in.
Let's go Bolles. And you have Solomon Thomas, not to be undone, the fans in the room, of his team. We like Solomon Thomas here on the pod. After the tragic loss of Marshawn Nealand, he stepped up to speak at the vigil, to lead that locker room, and to be a voice for mental health awareness.
Yeah, Solomon's been through it. He lost his sister to suicide. He knows the pain. And instead of shrinking away from it, he's using it to guide others through their grief. That's leadership.
These are the stories that get buried under stats and takes. This is what's kept ESPN in business for so long. They always know how to hit the emotional angles and get to the human element of sports. Why do you watch sports? Mm-hmm. If you replaced all the football players with robots, we wouldn't watch. That's machines, right?
Yeah.
The human element, that emotion.
Absolutely.
That's what people that's why when people who aren't sports fans start watching, it draws them in, and they can sometimes become sports fans because they get the narrative. They're like, I'm really rooting for that guy. He had a tough life,
Yeah, exactly. Yep, it is. It's really cool. Let's sneak in a quick one here. Commanders are in full
That's
mode,
what she said.
Right? Dan Quinn just took play calling duties away from Joe Whitt Jr. That's never a good sign.
4 straight losses by 20+ points.
Yikes.
Worst pass defense in the league. Quinn says the defense felt off, which is coach speak for I don't trust what's happening.
Yeah, so they play this week in Madrid against the Dolphins, too. So it's a full-on international disaster waiting to happen. I feel for Whitt, but that side of the ball did need a shakeup.
Miami might hang 40.
Never know.
At least Washington got a free trip to Spain out of it.
Yeah, facts.
All right, well, before we wrap up the football talk, shout out again to Garett Bolles and Solomon Thomas, two guys leading on and off the field. MVP races to mental health awareness, Washington. Let's shift gears now. For the gamblers, the degenerates, the spreadsheet warriors, the people who need one more leg for that parlay. It's time.
Ooh. Is it time for best bets?
Week 11, let's get into the board. But first, the Whitt and Grit podcast includes gambling-related discussion, opinions, and advice intended for entertainment and informational purposes only. Ian Price in Virginia and Sean Duiser in North Carolina are not attorneys, financial advisors, or licensed bookmakers. Nothing said on this podcast should be taken as professional or legal advice. Listeners are solely responsible for their own gaming decisions and gambling decisions. Always gamble legally and responsibly. We're not liable for any losses, decisions, or actions taken based on the content of this show. Need help? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. ncpgambling.org. I personally know at least 1 or 2 people who have recently had to reach for help. Stop, put the phone down, take a break. And it's the best thing you can do. You can still enjoy sports without, if you lose a lot of money gambling, it's not your thing.
Absolutely.
And if you're not doing unit size, you will lose too much because you will get emotional. You might have a few. And then you're like, I love this bet so much. I'm putting 100 on it. But it's like if you don't have $1,000 gambling budget, 100's not a unit. Because a unit is what, Sean?
10% of your budget.
For the week.
For the week, yeah.
So close. So close. You almost had the whole thing.
You're getting better.
You're getting better. That was way better than last week. You were just,
Yeah.
You were just making jokes.
Yeah, exactly.
So I want to give you guys a peek behind the curtain.
All right.
It's a really creaky curtain. I need to get some.
Yeah, that's weird.
Get some. What is it?
WD-40?
WD-40. And I was like, Apparently, I do. I don't have any, apparently. We have the computer spitting out a Holy Grail 2-unit play, which the last time we did, didn't go so good.
No.
It got J.J. McCarthy because the stats didn't know J.J. McCarthy would be that good. So we have to take these computer projections I'm coming up with, and we sort through them here in the betting section. So I'm going to tell you there's a 2-unit play, and the peek behind the curtain is I told Sean we probably wouldn't touch on every single NFL game today. And he said, great, I don't want to talk about Cowboys Raiders. And I'm like, oh, we're talking about Cowboys Raiders because the Cowboys minus 3.5 is the 2-unit play. It's a cover 3 seam mismatch. Raiders are on one of the league's highest cover 3 rates. Dak Prescott owns the best seam efficiency since 2021. Explosive middle wins on early downs. Prime time delta, another reason it hit. Dak and the Cowboys as night favorites. This is on Monday Night Football. As night favorites have been elite. Dominant, straight up, solid against the spread. This is the exact window where Dallas's pass game peaks.
Yep. Since 2020, Dak and the Cowboys 13-1 straight up as a favorite at night.
Ooh!
That's crazy.
And the Cowboys are getting healthier. They're getting more defensive players back. I mean, if the Las Vegas Raiders lean heavy zone, run, and play action, that might shorten the game and the margin can compress, but I don't know, man. Like 3.5 for the Cowboys. We've talked about before, when the Cowboys beat somebody, they kill them.
Yeah.
I don't believe in Geno Smith at home at all.
No, I was just going to say, on the other side of the ball, looking at Geno in prime time, he is 4-14 straight up. So, and that's 2-13 as an underdog.
It's part of that because they had to play on the Jets.
I would assume so, yeah.
So are we riding with this one? Cowboys minus 3.5?
Yeah. I didn't, like I said, didn't want to talk about it, but, I didn't really, I didn't know. You've shown me the way.
We did it. I really want to get
like
money line, but I don't want to get sued by Disney. All right, we're on Dallas. First play, 2 units. Nice.
Sweet.
Here's the 1.5 against the spread picks that the computer shot out. The how does this miss kind of picks.
Mm-hmm.
What if I told you the second best rated quarterback of the quarterbacks playing this week is Sam Darnold?
Yeah, it does. It still doesn't make sense to me. Like I hear that, like I know the Seahawks are good, rather, and like it still just doesn't register to me.
What if I told you we were going to bet against him again?
Right? I mean, I think this is going to be a good game. It's a big game.
McVay versus Seattle dominance. Do you have that? Do you have that stat for me? McVay versus Seattle.
Yeah. He is 12-5 against the spread as the coach of the Rams, including 11-2 against the spread since 2019.
The Rams' play action rate and efficiency versus a Seattle defense that's been vulnerable to play action explosiveness.
Right.
Mike McDonald, we talked about at the top of the show. He's doing really good, winning a lot of games, but his road Seahawks have traveled extremely well. So I don't know why I said button there. It's a continued fact. He's been doing good. So we're a little worried there, but McVay's 11-2 against the spread versus Seattle since 2019. Rams pass play action efficiency is just the 2 top reasons we are going to make this play if we do it.
McVay kind of, for the most part, kind of runs this division. He's 31-20-1 against the spread against the NFC West. Against the 49ers, he's not as good, only 7-11, but that makes him a combined 25-9-1 against the Cardinals and Seahawks. So he kind of has their number all the time.
So you like this one?
Yeah, I think so.
Nice. I was a lot pickier with my picks. Last week we went through 10 and some were hit, some were missed. I feel like we had too much information to go through.
Mm.
I ended up taking our 2, because I did unit size again, I lost maybe 1/3 of 1 unit.
Yeah. Okay.
Like I was just barely negative on the day because the Jacksonville Jaguars screwed me.
Yeah.
What was that? Oh my. You had one job. They were covering. They're driving the field. They either win or lose by the correct number that we called. And freaking sunshine, man. Trevor Lawrence. Talk about disappointments. Kyler Murray or Trevor Lawrence?
Yeah.
Who's more disappointing? Seriously.
Yeah. I mean, I think at this point, Trevor's still got him by an inch, but.
Let me check my notes. Weren't they both first overall picks?
I believe so.
No.
Cam
Ward, get working. Get to the gym, man. You got to break the. Don't mean nothing now, does it? I want to see that guy that was in the Shadir Sanders video saying, I don't have any hobbies. All I do is football. I want to see that guy on the field because Kyler Murray's over here playing games. Trevor Lawrence going to the beach or something in Jacksonville. Right. I don't know what his problem is.
Dude, I think Call of Duty's out now or like very soon.
And he's injured.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that we are not going to trust the Jags as favorites again for quite some time. Can you remind me if they're favorites?
They're on
we're worried.
No bet list.
Wow, the no bet list is back. We haven't put anybody on that this year.
Yeah, happens. You got to do it.
I texted Elliot about coming on today, and I don't think he ever got back to me. I'm going to call him out right here on the pod.
Wow. By name.
It was going to be he was on the pod by name. For long-time listeners.
Yeah.
1 unit, solid edge. This one's a solid edge play. Bills minus 5.5 versus your babies, your love. Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers. You go to sleep at night. You think about you're taking a shower at night, right? You think about the Dolphins. You get angry. Then you get in bed. You got to wind down. And Baker Mayfield makes you feel uncomfortable, doesn't he?
Sometimes. He didn't last week when he lost to the Patriots.
You notice he's not rushing?
Yeah, no, I think he's American.
I mean, he hasn't rushed in these games they're losing all of a sudden. He stopped running.
Gotcha.
Do we have a broken ankle sound effect? I don't think we do. Well, this is a Josh Allen bounce back game. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't we just use that stat last week when we were avoiding it?
I believe so.
Or was that that was Jared Goff and Dan Campbell bounce back game. Which they did.
I don't know, man. The wheels kind of might be falling off a little bit. The window.
Look up the Buffalo Bills win-loss for the last couple games. Let's see if we're right about this.
Their win-loss the last couple games?
If it's not a bounce back, I mean, we know they lost last week, Josh Allen did, but did they lose the week before the Dolphins?
No, they beat the Chiefs. They were coming off a high.
Right. So that's why the Dolphins was a classic letdown spot. You take a team from Buffalo, make them go to Miami. We know Miami makes them sit in the heat. We saw that coming. We were just afraid because you watched the Dolphins so closely.
Yeah.
And you see what they look like. That would make me afraid too.
Yeah.
All right, so Bills minus 5.5 versus the Bucks. Allen bounce back angle. It's a historical surge. Lose by 16 plus points last week. No sack by the defensive game. So Bucks blitz a ton. We project positive Josh Allen versus blitz adjustments.
Yeah, I don't know. You got on the other side, Baker and the Bucks off a loss. They're 13-4 against the spread in their next game.
Yeah, but Josh Allen, what is the Josh Allen stat off a loss?
I've got one off of big losses.
That's what happened.
Yeah. We've got.
You don't even seem excited when we talk about how you got a big loss. It's like you were already ready for them to draft somebody else. So you're pissed they won the game, aren't you?
I was ready to give you another stat, and you yanked the floor out of me, so I had to pivot. No, but
okay.
In the 9 games, where the Bills were off a double-digit loss, where Allen started, Buffalo's 6-3 in those games.
That's pretty good.
No.
But 6-3, that's like a third.
Right.
Sample.
Mm-hmm.
What was your other stat? You said 13-4 for Baker off of the loss?
Yes.
Now, is that kind of... I was going to say he's been on a lot of teams, but 2 of them have been in the NFC South. So,
yeah.
Play the Saints off a loss, you still played the Saints.
True.
I don't know. So you don't trust this one is what you're saying?
No, I actually don't. No, I think if the Bucks can protect Baker, then they're going to be good to go.
See if they got any injuries.
Yeah, when the Bills don't get any sacks on defense, they don't tend to win. They're 6-12 straight up.
Do you have any? But they didn't get any sacks last week.
Correct.
So you think they're going to go sackless 2 weeks?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. If the Bucs can keep Baker up, then they've got a good shot at winning, I think.
Sackless 2 weeks. Okay.
We'll see.
I'll pass on that one. 5.5 does feel a little steep.
Yep.
Here's the 2 money line plays it gave us. So let's go through these real quick. Ravens money line at the Browns. Lamar Jackson's going to play, but it's a divisional game. Myles Garrett will exist and be there. That's unfortunate for us.
He will exist. That's true.
But Lamar's outside numbers, success for Cleveland, and Baltimore's offensive travel profile. Like their offense travels really well.
Yeah.
But that's why it's only a money line. We don't want to take 7.5, 8.5, whatever the number's at this point. Like we want something to marry. Just the Ravens are going to win this game. We just don't know by how much.
Right. Yeah, I think so.
You agree?
Yeah, I like the Ravens in this one for sure.
The top trends I had, and maybe you have the exact numbers. Lamar's production in Cleveland.
Yeah, they average 30.4 points per game. The Ravens do.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Team after Jets game fade is on Cleveland. They played the Jets. Apparently, teams playing the Jets fall down the next week.
That's right. 0-8 against the spread. 18 and 38 against the spread over the last 4 seasons. But yeah, 0-8 this season.
I'm kind of wondering why we don't just play the spread at this point. Those 2 spreads kind of that makes me think we could take any number of points.
We should just stream the team that played the Jets the previous week.
Yeah, and whoever's playing the Titans that week.
Oh, we're starting to we're getting a formula going here.
Yeah, the bad teams are bad. I'm just curious why the robots that I'm working with here were shooting out this only as a money line. Those 2 trends kind of point to trust the spread, trust the whatever. We'll dig into that later.
Yeah.
Speaking of how bad the Cardinals are, 49ers money line.
Okay.
Hit the wait, what?
The what?
What?
Yeah. 49ers money line. Christian McCaffrey's yak plus missed tackles forced versus Arizona's tackling and yak issues.
Like the
yards after the catch.
Oh, not those yaks. Not the Ridge Yaks.
Not the Ridge Yaks. Shout out to the Ridge Yaks.
What up, Ridge Yaks?
I'm finding some people like it, and a lot of people who don't want to look into it or watch our reels hate it. So,
okay, then. I think it's cool.
What do you think about that money line, 49ers?
Yeah, no, I think taking that's a good idea. Yeah, I think we kind of we're getting a better idea of who Jacoby Brissett is. So
he's still Jacoby Brissett. Right?
Exactly. Yeah,
he is who we thought he was.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm getting at.
Is it illegal for copyright to try to impersonate sound bites?
What do you mean?
Like I just did. I just tried to do like they are who we thought they were. Like that's not illegal, right? He said that at a press conference anyway.
That's definitely not illegal.
I don't know. I don't believe you.
Okay.
Where's the Ravens? So those 2 together is plus 100. Neat, tidy, move on with your life. Or you can try to juice it up if you want. I don't know if you think the Broncos will beat the Chiefs. That seems pretty daring.
It's a huge game.
Huge. And it's Andy Reid off the bye. It's not that I don't believe, but I think I'll be a fan.
Yeah.
If the Chiefs score first, if they get the ball and score first, this is a really good strategy for me. If you want to bet a team and you're not sure how they're going to do, or if you think that they're favored by a bit too much, a lot of times the other team gets the ball and their scripted part in quarter 1, they're going to score. Like you see, like say the Jets Patriots. That's a terrible. It just happened for real. Browns Ravens. Like let's say game starts, Browns get the ball. They're going to score. That's at that point before the Ravens get the ball again. That's your best chance to bet a live money line and get the best value.
Absolutely.
Me and Sean were texting back and forth when the Panthers beat the Packers, and we said they're going to do it, and we like doubled down on it more.
Yeah.
Like we saw them getting down the field, but before they actually got the points, and it was very fortunate for us.
Mm-hmm.
So do we settle on plus 100, or do we need to juice this up a little?
What's it at? How is it at plus 100 right now? What do you got in there?
49ers, Ravens.
Okay. Yeah, both teams that are definitely going to win.
Mm-hmm. And we're getting double our money.
Yeah, I guess why complicate it, right?
Why complicate it? Part of me wants to put the Panthers money line in there against the Falcons. Can you go to the trends for that game and tell me if there's any reason I should believe in the Panthers?
Sure.
Because I won't say anything good about them, but you can.
Right. Well, they did get blown out by the Panthers already this season. I can tell you that without even looking at any stats. Like the Panthers won that game, 30-0 or something like that? I think
there's something wrong with the Falcons.
I think so too. But man, I don't know.
You don't have any stats on
them? Nothing that's.
Oh, you're saying. Okay.
Yeah. Some first half Bryce Young numbers. If you bet the first half,
I'll put that off on its own then.
Yeah.
If we did an underdog parlay, would you do Bucks Panthers?
That'd be fun.
Bucks Panthers NFC South parlay. Hoping the Falcons aren't to play. That pays out almost 7-1. It pays out like plus 665.
Yeah, that's two teams that could win their game.
I think follow me on Pickett to see what I actually put out. I'll share it. But I think that I might sprinkle that one since it pays out so well. Not a full unit play at all because we just came up with it. Like a third of a unit maybe. But because it pays out. When it pays out that well, it probably does for a reason.
Yeah.
And we used to talk more about this, but why not do a shameless plug? The hammered stack. The idea that
that's right.
You bet more on the individual legs and then you just sprinkle the parlay. That way, if you're sort of right, you can make money and possibly just not lose money.
Right.
Lowers your payout a little bit, but mitigates your risk. So I think that's it for our football talk, unless you got something else.
No, I'm going to be watching the Dolphins bright and early. That should be fun. But I think maybe a Waddle touchdown might be a fun bet. We'll probably have that out there.
That's wild.
Yeah. See what happens. Chop Robinson, maybe a sack recorded for him too.
Yeah, I don't want to touch the Madrid game. Dan Quinn taking over the defense. We don't know if that might work.
Yeah, we'll see. Hope not.
The Dolphins are coming off a letdown spot and had to travel. Who do the Vikings play before we move on?
The Vikings, I believe, have the Bears. Not Bears.
How much are the Bears? I heard this stat. The Vikings are the first team to come off an overtime international game and have to play the next week.
No.
Every other team that went to overtime in an international game got a bye week after. So they had to go overseas, play an extra quarter, and get up for a divisional game against the surging Chicago Bears.
Yeah.
Just something to consider when you see our picket. We might last minute be throwing a little Bears action in there. I just want to throw that stat out.
We'll see.
All right, well, before we call it a week, it's time to F around with F1.
All right.
No race this weekend, which feels weird after that stretch of chaos, but plenty to chew on heading into Vegas next week.
Championship's still tight enough that every point matters. Starting to feel like Lando Norris' title to lose, though.
Your boy. For sure. After Mexico and Sao Paulo, Norris is at 390 points. Oscar Piastri's at 366. Max Verstappen sitting on 341. 3 races left. Vegas, Qatar, Abu Dhabi. And mathematically, all 3 are still alive.
Yeah. Like I said, kind of Lando's to lose, but can't count them out yet.
This is for the fantasy football league we're in. I just want to point something out. Mm-hmm. One of the leagues we're in, I've won 4 years in a row.
Okay.
Max Verstappen has won 4 titles in a row in those same years.
I see.
I'm 3-7, but the guy at the top of my division's 5-5. Max Verstappen's coming back from the back. I'm coming back with Max. We are paralleling destiny. That's what it's like watching a race with a Red Bull fan. Somebody, a Max fan, they were like, come on, Max. Come on. Like he's the only Max. Verstappen's obviously the only guy there, but Max, there could be plenty.
Maybe.
All right, well, let's talk permutations because F1.com actually ran the full math on this. Everyone wanted to know if Norris could clinch early in Vegas? And the short answer is no. So there's still races after next weekend.
Yeah, even if he wins Vegas and Piastri doesn't score, the gap would only be 49. There'd still be 58 points left from Qatar's sprint and the Abu Dhabi finale.
Exactly. The earliest he can lock it in is the Qatar sprint. And that's if everything breaks perfectly. If he ran out, if he outscores Piastri by 2 points, he'd take it mathematically, even if Verstappen won both remaining Grands Prix.
That's wild. You think about where this kid was mid-season, still trying to get that first championship lead, and now he could wrap it up in a sprint race.
I mean, it's just like this was Oscar's year to lose. I don't understand what happened. It's not because of dominance. He and Piastri both have 7 wins, but Norris has been the steadier hand since Austin. 4 straight podiums, 2 wins, and a sprint. Piastri's been fast, but crash prone. I mean, something about Norris in America. Wasn't Miami his first win?
I think so, yeah. The clean driving thing is real. Andrea Stella, the McLaren boss, said this week, quote, Lando doesn't own this championship yet. That's how he's keeping the team grounded.
Let's go to the guy chasing. Max Verstappen. His comeback in Sao Paulo was nuts.
From the pit lane to third after qualifying 16th.
Yeah, that wasn't luck. Mark Hughes and Giorgio Biola broke down the tech side of it this week. Red Bull basically ripped that car apart after qualifying, took it out, and started with the pits and rebuilt the setup from scratch overnight.
Yeah, 4 setups in 3 days. He started with the skinny, low downforce rear wing Friday, hated the balance, said the car wouldn't rotate. For the sprint, they tweaked mechanical grip, still off. Then in the Grand Prix quali, they softened suspension, fixed the ride, ruined the downforce.
So they said, screw it. Broke Parc Fermé, followed the right height again, swapped back to the old floor from Austin, and changed the beam wing from a twin to a single element. That's why he started from the pit lane, totally new spec.
And it worked. The car came alive. Norris even said afterwards, if Max had qualified up front, he'd have won.
That's how quick they were in race trim, but it shows how tight that Red Bull window is. Team boss Laurent Maggis said the same thing. Our window is narrow, but when they find it, they're still the fastest car, but it's like threading a needle.
And it's kind of crazy. We're this deep into 2025 and still saying Red Bull's figuring it out, but that's how far McLaren's moved the goalposts.
I'm telling you. I'm just glad that he started winning some races to make it interesting. We'd be forcing ourselves to talk about F1 at this point if it was just a McLaren.
Mm-hmm.
So F1.com pulled their big writers to make predictions for these last 3 races. I wanted to dive into some of this stuff and see how you feel about it.
Yeah, Lawrence Barretto, for one, said don't count out Max, even down just the 49 points because of that Sao Paulo drive, but he still has Lando as the favorite.
Right. Chris Medland, says the same. He thinks Vegas is crucial for Verstappen. The colder temps could finally swing something back Red Bull's way.
Yeah, then you've got David Tremaine out there, the Hall of Famer, thinks Max passes Oscar in points by the end, but can't catch Lando. He literally said, I can see Max overhauling Oscar unless Oscar rediscovers his mojo.
Oh my God. And one writer said it should finish in the current order, but momentum shifts fast. I mean, they brought up 2007 and 1986 as reminders that titles do implode late.
So really the messages that we're getting are it's Lando's to lose, but we've seen weird endings before.
Yeah, especially with Vegas and Qatar. Both night races, both temp sensitive. If Norris even has one DNF, it's a knife fight again.
Absolutely. And we've got another big subplot. Who's going to finish second in the constructors?
Ferrari had a nightmare in Brazil. Dropped from P2 to P4 behind Mercedes and Red Bull. Now Mercedes is the favorite to hold that spot.
And the reason is Kimi Antonelli. The kid's ridiculous. Kimi Antonelli.
Say it louder for the people in the back.
Yeah, back-to-back P2s in sprint and main race at Interlagos, and Toto Wolff called it faultless.
Yeah, and the 3 of the F1.com writer said it straight out. Antonelli is going to win one of the last 3 races. I mean, one of them doubled down on his preseason prediction. Kimi will win a race.
You can feel it coming. Yeah, Vegas, maybe not, but Qatar's technical enough to reward that Mercedes rhythm.
And the whole paddock's watching how Mercedes juggles him and George Russell now. That intra-team fights heating up a little bit. I mean, that might be the new thing in F1. Just let them fight to be the top driver.
Right. Yeah, I mean, hey, it's friendly competition, a little friendly rivalry never hurts.
Working for McLaren.
Well, exactly.
I mean, they're literally one Max Verstappen away from winning.
Yeah.
With just both titles with a driver. And it's like, oh no, both our kids made state. Like, who's going to win? You know, it's like Travis Kelce's mom. She's watching Jason and Travis play. Like, you win no matter what, lady.
Yep, that's right.
Big off-track headline, too.
Oh, yeah?
Audi officially unveiled their 2026 livery in Munich this week.
Yeah, actually feels real now, right? Benito was on stage next to Jonathan Wheatley and the CEO talking about firing up their first power unit in Newburgh.
He said, quote, "The dream is coming close. They're aiming to win a championship by 2030, and that's bold."
Yeah, they've got 5 years to turn Sauber into a contender. Benito said reliability testing is already running on the dyno, and they'll fire the car before Melbourne.
In the design, red, black, and titanium. Looks very Audi. Clean lines, calculated branding. They even tested how the colors appear on TV broadcast. That's very interesting.
That's very German, but I love it. They know they're not going to be winning right out of the gate, but they're building like they're here for a decade.
And they want to make sure they're seen, look good. They want to look good. Before we go, we've got to hit what might be the most important story of the week. The progress in F1 Academy.
Yeah, Madeline Colvin with the Athletic, had 2 great pieces on it. First, all 10 F1 teams are staying committed to sponsoring drivers, and Cadillac joins the series in 2027 after its first F1 season.
And the rookie test they just ran in Spain, 18 female drivers from around the world, 2 full-day evaluation, 60% of it was on-track performance, 40% off-track, cognitive tests, media sessions, physical training.
That's smart, if you ask me. They're treating it like a real driver development, not a one-off PR stunt.
Yeah, and they're updating the rules. Drivers can now run up to 3 seasons in F1 Academy if they're showing real progress. Susie Wolf said, quote, "It gives standout drivers the platform to fully realize their potential."
And the title fight there's just as good. Dorian Penn for Mercedes versus Maya Wook for Ferrari. 9 points apart going into Vegas.
They'll wrap next weekend right alongside the main F1 race. Perfect. That's a perfect spotlight moment.
Yeah, and honestly, between that and Audi's entry, Formula One is shaping up for a pretty diverse, pretty healthy future heading into 2026.
Do you say Audi or Audi?
Audi?
Okay. I was just curious.
Yeah.
I'm not from Germany. But that's effing around with F1. I mean, Norris can't clinch yet. Verstappen's still dangerous. Kimi Antonelli's coming fast. Audi's almost here. And F1 Academy is doing the kind of development stuff the sports needed for decades.
Next week, we're going to go full Vegas. We got lights, glitz, championship maybe on the line.
Yeah. I mean, ooh. I've got the local rewatch party that when it's in the US, it's actually a watch party because it just depends on what time the race is. You can't open a bar all the time, but I'm excited. It's like at 8 p.m. on Saturday. I'm available. It's going to be a great time. And something about Vegas, man, DraftKings, before they ever update their bets on F1 when I'm like looking for the lines,
right?
They all year have allowed you to bet on the winner of the Las Vegas race. It's been the only constant in the F1 section. It's just like whatever race it is that week, or if you scroll down, it's just Vegas Grand Prix. And I don't know why. Maybe because of gambling in Vegas, they're just like, why is that the one they've taken all the money on?
Yeah, weird.
The U.S. Grand Prix, I had to wait for them to put it up. Miami, you got to wait. And then it's like Vegas is just, as far as winner, just everlasting. Oh, Sean. One more pop culture thing I want to talk to you about.
Okay.
You know the Odyssey?
Like,
heard of it?
Homer's?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know they're making a movie, right?
Right.
Christopher Nolan shot 2 million feet of film on the Odyssey?
That's hard to comprehend.
The quote from Screen Rant was, "That's a lot."
Okay, I'll take their word for it. But like, I don't know how many feet of film a normal movie is.
No, I mean, yeah, we don't know the measurement, but it's probably.
It sounds like a lot. It sounds like a whole lot.
2 million of anything is a lot. 2 million pennies would. How much would 2 million pennies look in a room?
2 million, even 2 million anything is a lot.
2 million hippos?
That's a lot, and that's going to take up a lot of space.
Man.
2 million, but I mean, 2 million grains of sand. That's not going to take up like as much. Like,
we've probably stepped on more than 2 million grains of sand if you think about it.
Yeah, I would imagine so. Yeah.
Well, this has been the Whitt and Grit podcast. If you want to get caught up on our bets, download the audio version of this. Back up. Go to the video. Back up the video. You'll see it in there. We have a couple of bets we like. We kept it kind of narrow on the on the NFL bets. And as far as F1 goes, we're just waiting for Vegas, baby. It's all anticipation. It's all the good stuff.
That's right. Looking forward to the games this weekend. Looking forward to the race next weekend.
Looking forward to the Broncos hopefully beating the Chiefs, or I will never hear the end of it from everyone on a television set.
Yep. I think we actually might get our back-to-back Dolphins win this week, so look out for that.
But they couldn't do it at home. They had to do it in Madrid.
That's right.
That's such a Dolphins thing to do.
Exactly. Facts.
Facts. It's been the Whitt and Grit podcast.
Have a good weekend.
Hit it. You didn't hit the thing. Peace. That thing.